The Gilded Canopy. Vance and Amara arrived at the floating resort known as the Gilded Canopy to set up for the season's grand opening. Their life pace was humble compared to the elite guests they served, yet they found joy in the quiet breeze. They were ready to begin their work before the summer rush turned their peaceful sanctuary into a whirlwind of activity. Amara presented her newest invention to the staff, a fleet of fully autonomous cleaning drones. She called it her greatest discovery in mechanical efficiency, explaining how they could navigate the heights without human intervention. She was proud of their design, noting they would change the way the resort operated forever. The tranquility was broken by an urgent signal from the central hub. Amara had to explain to Vance that a digital virus had infected the garden's sensor array. Watching the monitors, they saw the system's logic begin to fracture, causing the climate controls to fluctuate wildly between freezing and scorching. As the chief executor of the resort systems, Vance had to execute the emergency purge protocols. He felt like a grim executioner, essentially fulfilling the system's last will as he prepared to delete years of optimization data. He hesitated, fearing the effectiveness of such a drastic measure, but the situation left him no choice. To reach the manual override, Amara had to navigate through a messy maintenance crawlspace. It grew messier the deeper she went, eventually becoming the messiest tangle of discarded pipes and wires she had ever seen. The clutter did not bother her, but the lack of space made her progress agonizingly slow. Before stepping out onto the external sun deck to reset the shields, Vance and Amara had to protect themselves. Though Vance preferred to work barefoot, the heat was too intense. They applied thick sun cream and suntan lotion from a shared file, then donned their heavy spacesuit layers to survive the artificial radiation. Amara was willing to risk the heat to save the flora. The repair work had technically began as a simple diagnostic, but the true battle against the virus had begun now. Vance felt the urge to rush, but he had to urge Amara to maintain her focus as the temperatures outside continued to climb. Through the security feed, Amara saw the corrupted drones behaving like digital psychopaths, spinning in circles while the comms emitted a haunting giggle. Exhausted by the stress, she struggled not to doze off. The urge to hit the snooze button on her life felt overwhelming, but she knew that yawning is contagious and didn't want to wake Vance from his own necessary power nap. Vance barely maintained his comprehension of the failing code as he tried to compare the various system logs. In a moment of clarity, he found a cracked vial of cooling catalyst that was leaking onto the main server. This comparison of physical damage versus digital corruption revealed the true nature of their problem. Finally, the system stabilized, and Vance had to admit he would regret not checking the cooling rack sooner. He had to adjust his temper and learn to treat the machinery with more care, rather than just seeking efficiency. He was impressed by Amara's bravery, and the deep impression of their success helped them conquer the fear of the unknown as they prepared to pamper their guests once more.